we try to start off simple.
Okay.
So we would like to actually find out what do you do in these Chinese opera performances in general.
So normally I do Teochew opera. So like what I normally do is based on whether it's a full dress performance or just a performance where I just have to wear a dress whatsoever. So the thing is that if it's a full dress performance, we have to reach about 5 hours earlier. Yeah, and then I'll have to do the makeup, which takes about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Then we'll take a break if we can. Then we'll do our hair, and then wear our clothes, and then have our food, and yeah, then we have a go.
Okay, so we're actually very curious to find out like how do you actually feel when you just started like performing like the first few shows, and like you're actually interested about the learning curve, like what do you do to actually pick up these skills?
It started with my grandmother. She influenced me to start learning Teochew opera. So she always brought me to live opera shows, and then it really popped the interest. And then when I got home, I always use my dad's like long sleeves to do the street show stuff. So that was how it started. Like I started performing when I was 3 years old. First few performances, of course, scared, very scared, because I don't know how to face a big audience. Then gradually, I would say that I grew more confident, and and it also helped me like in school life, like it builds up my confidence.
We actually did a bit of research, so we found out that you are actually part of this Nam Hwa Opera, like this group. Okay, so this is a local Teochew opera group, right? Okay, so we would like to find out like what are the roles and inner workings in this kind of troupe in this modern day, and like basically how does it function as a group?
Because for opera is 生旦武丑, so normally I do the female roles. Or at times I will do some young male roles. Because for my age now, it's quite hard to find a role and someone that is my height to do a 配搭戏 like that. So what I'm doing now is 鬼门旦 or 花旦, and I'm planning like next time to learn like 武旦and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so based on these roles that you have taken up, how is practice like for you in this setting?
Practice is based on whether I already performed that show before or not. So if it's a new show, it will take about 3 to 4 months of practice before the performance. If it's something that I have already performed before, then it will take about a month and a half before the performance.
So you mentioned just now that you get your dad's like long sleeves to do the street seal stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I actually think that a lot of people nowadays, they're interested in the idea of makeup being used in Chinese opera and like costumes being worn. So could you tell us like a bit more about that, or perhaps like your personal experiences?
I would say that Teochew opera is very like 很讲究细腻. So like in the headdress, the makeup, and the costumes, I think it's very detailed and it's very fanciful, very colorful, which is why like many people are quite interested in it now. personal experience. Personal experience. I don't think I have any memorable one, but I did participate in a Teochew opera competition. So at the time, it was like my first time being scared on stage after like many years. I received second prize so I think it's a good experience for me. So that I've learned a lot.
If you can remember, are there like any differences between the performers, like as you watch as a young child, maybe with your grandmother, and the ones that you actually watch nowadays or perform today?
Actually, there's not much difference. Things that actors have changed, costumes, there are new shows, more interesting plot. I still have like my 偶像队团 right, like for Teochew opera is still 广东省一团, so they're like the best, and their lead actress is my favorite because she's really good and her voice is really nice. So when I was younger, I guess like I just followed my grandmother to watch whatever show she was watching. But now, as I grow older and I understand different plots, different stories behind them, it also like helped me in my historical brain building, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Can you actually we're interested to find out more about these performances that you enjoy, like maybe some certain themes and stories in these storylines that actually like pique your interest. Could you tell us more about that?
My favorite ultimate is 狸猫换太子. So it's talking about two, can I say in Chinese, 两个妃子在后宫之中，然后所以是李娘娘跟can't remember that one, but because Li娘娘had a male child, then it made the other娘娘 very angry because she had a female child. And then last time in olden times, like is 重男轻女, so she wasn't happy, so she wanted to kill her child and then steal Li娘娘child. Then she switched her male child with a civet cat skin. So then after that, she told the emperor that she had a 怪兽孩子, and she was. Then 她被打入冷宫，然后那另外一个娘娘她就用火要烧死李娘娘，可是过后李娘娘逃走了，然后过后多年后那个男婴就成为大人，被封为太子。然后一天，包公好像偶然进去一个庙里，然后跟李娘娘相会，所以他就跟包公诉他的苦衷，过后就帮他打抱不平，然后 把它原来的位分还给他。
Yeah, since you mentioned that you're doing Teochew opera, right? We know that obviously you use Teochew while performing, but actually we are interested to know how you actually picked up this dialect and its relationship with your performances that you're doing now.
Because like my whole family is Teochew, so my grandma mostly watches Teochew opera. So she buys the DVD, she brings me to watch the shows. So it's how I got into contact. Thing is that I can sing, but I can't really speak a lot of Teochew because I'm still like 不准 and then 不顺 so yeah.
So you actually picked up this dialect from actually watching performances.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you mentioned just now, you actually took on some roles of boys because it's very hard to find them nowadays, right? So actually, could you tell us more about this, the involvement of youths in this local Chinese opera scene? I mean, like beyond yourself, what do you see about or observe about youth involvement in the local Chinese opera scene?
I think we can count like teenagers at my age. There's not many that are doing Teochew opera, and I think it's quite sad because our ancestors, they really work hard for this kind of art forms, and it's starting to disappear. But the good thing is that there are some little kids at Nam Hwa, they are having classes for them. Like they are 2 to 3 years old. Yeah, they start learning, start to get in contact. So it's like from a young age you start to have a bond with it, just like me. And hopefully they will continue the art form. Yeah.
So do you think that the fact that not many youths nowadays are actually actually like interested in Chinese opera, do you think it could be because of like lack of exposure?
Firstly is lack of exposure. Secondly is because parents, when they were young, the parents would normally expose them to more tuition at academic forms instead of art forms because they think like 以后你做这些东西不会赚钱的，所以要你去当医生，去当律师这些。So the thing is that it's quite sad, but my parents are very supportive, so they let me try, and they thought that who knows, she'll continue. So like it's also the parents' part needs to play in the child's development, and thirdly it's also the child's interest. So if they don't like it, like it's also very hard to force them into it. Yeah.
Can you tell us like more about the implications of Chinese opera for youths in general, like the significance and why youths nowadays should be interested in it?
I guess it's something different, other than electronics, K-pop. Yes, I do love K-pop myself. Yes, but like having a mix of both, I think you can see a fusion, and it's very interesting to bring opera into a normal life, and I think I'm happier, doing what I like.
Yeah, I think a lot of youths nowadays, they have a lot of misconceptions about Chinese opera in general. So what do you think are some of these like common misconceptions that we should like clarify with them?
They think that Teochew opera or Chinese opera, they think is very old, like only old people do it, and like no young kids want to do it. That's like the main misconception. So I guess there are many people like Nam Hwa, they are trying to clear this misconception that actually opera can be brought into children, can give them a different exposure. Yeah. So I was actually asked to film a video like for Singapore Tourism Board for next year's tourism advertisement. So it's like to tell people overseas that there's actually this art form in Singapore, so that more people will be more aware and that they'll get interested out.
I think your passion for Chinese opera, I'm sure it holds like a very big place in your heart. Yeah. So we would like to find out from you, why do you continue doing what you do, and what does Chinese opera actually mean to you?
I would say it's the art form, but in my heart it's like something I love, something that really can make me take my mind off a lot of school stuff, a lot of stress. And something I can focus on like without any distractions, because like I'm very very easily distracted, and I don't know why I choose to continue, but I just feel very empty if I don't do it. Yeah.
What are your actual personal aspirations for the future regarding this Chinese opera scene in Singapore?
I guess definitely I would love to have more people to do this form of art, to carry on. It will be a very big waste if it suddenly disappears. And I really hope that more people will appreciate this form of art, and they would, they won't think of it as something very weird. And because when I was younger, I was termed weird because I did something like that, and then my classmates sometimes they would laugh. So I hope that it won't be counted as something that is out. Yeah.
So finally, do you have any performances of events that are up and coming that you could actually tell us about?
Normally my performances are during holidays, so it won't clash with my schoolwork and stuff. So the next performance will probably be in December, where I'll be going overseas to perform. Yeah. I'm not very sure if there are any like dinners or whatever. But I don't think I'll be able to perform because academics definitely is most important.
Yeah. So finally, for youths that want to get into this local Chinese opera scene, what words of encouragement do you have for them?
I think that if you have a dream that you want to chase, no matter how small, how big, I think you should go and chase your dream, and don't be afraid of failing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to me.